Hey y'all, Grace Millsap here. While I'm super sad that we couldn't be together in person, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to share a little bit about who I am and what I like to talk about. So I'm a yoga teacher and Ayurveda wellness coach. One of my favorite topics is to introduce and remind people of their magic. Yeah, like you are magical. So we're all born into a world that's full of magic, possibility, belief, and opportunity. And then the problem is that as soon as we're born, life starts happening, right? Sometimes for some of us, it's a little quicker and a little more serious or traumatic than others. So we lose touch and lose grip on our ability to create magic. So think about it like this. Like, have you ever been really, really proud of something? Like, it can be a project, it can be an idea, it can even be an outfit or a haircut, right? And you like walk out to the world and you feel big, full, right? And then someone that you may not even know or may not even like comes by and they say just a little comment and then you, like a balloon, feel like you're all of a sudden deflated, right? And it's like, wait a minute, I don't even like this person, and I let their little opinion, their comment, just totally take away everything that I believe in, all that magic, right? Yeah, it's the same. So today, what I want to do is offer a few exercises that will get you moving, get you unstuck, and give you not giving up. So all levels of mobility are welcome. I'm going to do most of this sitting in this chair that's behind me, and I'll offer ways that these things can be done standing up. And so take this just as you need it. I'm going to do about 2 minutes of a little download of kind of what we're doing. So what we're working with is this idea of Kriyas. And Kriyas is just any ways in which we can move energy. And then we're working also with the concept of chakras. So chakras are made up of 3 components. They're made up of energy. They are made up of the elements, so earth, air, fire, water, ether. And then they're made up of our past experiences, right? So all of the stuff that we have dealt with and been given in this life and, you know, maybe others, if that's what you're into, gets clouded, gets stuck onto these energy centers, our chakras. And they do different things. There's some systems that say there's 7, there's some that say there's more. We're gonna stick with this 7 system today. And I want you to think about your body as a house. So each of these chakras are like a different room, right? So if we concentrate too much like on one room, like, right, okay, today I'm gonna clean the kitchen, a lot of times that stuff, that clutter gets moved to another room in the house. So we're just kind of moving it around. So today we're gonna go systematically through the whole house from bottom to top and kind of clear everything out. And as we're doing these, you may notice that one room or one area of your house may feel a little more cluttered than the others, and that's okay. So I invite you to trust what you notice. And if you need to pause this video or spend a little extra time in one of those rooms or one of those chakras, you can. This isn't a exact prescription for all. You can customize it and spend more time in areas that you've been neglecting or have gotten a little dusty. So real quick, the chakras, we'll start at the bottom, the root, the Muladhara. And this is where a lot of our issues with stability or our foundation are. So any sort of food, safety, security is housed here. And these things will kind of blend a little upon one another. We'll move up into, and Muladhara is earth. We'll move up into Swadhisthana, which is always a fun word to say. I have to have that one written down and still take my time with it. But that's the element of water. So we're moving up a little bit into the reproductive area. And whether or not you have any of those organs or not, we still have the same qualities of our emotions, of movement, of water, of feelings. And then moving up to Manipura, it's the house of our fire. It's in our belly, right around the solar plexus. And this is our home and our seat of determination and this place of knowing fully who we are in this world and how we show up. We can move up into Anahata, the heart, which is air. This is love, compassion, empathy, this feeling of connection, even from afar, that we can find. Moving up into Vishuddha, which is ether. It's our voice, our throat, our ability to speak our truth, to stand in our truth firmly. And then we've got Ajna and Sahasrara, which that one always takes me a minute too. So this is our third eye and our crown, and they're different, but they're also a little similar in how they can show up in these practices. So Ajna is our third eye, our intuition. Again, that's a place of connection and knowing. And then Sahasrara is above all that. It's the transcendence. Like once all this is in line, it's the crown of our head and a little bit above it. And it's our connection between all of it and to the divine. So yeah, we'll move through that a little bit. So like I said, I'm going to sit in my chair. You're welcome to sit, stand, or a combination. So what's important here is that we can ground. So I'm barefoot. I recommend being barefoot for this, unless you have a really good reason not to, then by all means. And so start by wiggling your toes, and if you're standing up, you can do that as well. And sitting down, have your palms down, and maybe you're sliding, gliding your feet back and forth all around, and get some light stomping so you can really feel the bottoms of your feet and where you're touching the earth. And if you're seated, you can do this rooting down into the sitting bones as well. And feel really good, really tall. Slap the bottoms of your hands down. And then find the place where the crown of your head's directly over your sitting bones, and your sitting bones are over your heels if you're standing. So that may take a little swaying forward, back, side to side till you find that direct, long, strong spine from root to crown. You can allow your eyes to close. Take big cleansing breaths, 3 of them. Inhale. Breathe in from your root. Pull the breath all the way up to the crown of your head. And then exhale, send the breath from the crown of your head to the sky. And then exhale, draw all this energy from the crown of your head down into your root. And then exhale, send the breath from your root down into the earth. Clear your channel. Do that twice more. Inhale from pubic bone all the way up to the crown of your head. Exhale, send the breath and the energy from the crown of the head up into the sky. Inhale, draw your awareness from the crown of your head down into your root. Exhale, send it back out. One more full round. Inhale, pubic bone to crown. Exhale, crown to sky. Inhale, crown to pubic bone. Exhale, pubic bone to the earth. Bring your awareness to your pubic bone and notice and see where you're connected to the floor, to the earth. And if you're standing and want to sit, you can. And notice whatever cord you have connecting your pubic bone to the center of the earth. And if you're not sure what's there, we can start to imagine it. And whatever you're seeing, just go ahead and cut it, snip it, and start over. So draw a line, picture a cord moving from your pubic bone, your root chakra, all the way down through the chair, through the center, through the earth layers, all the way to the center of the earth, and wrapping itself firmly around the core, rooting yourself firmly. You can draw that cord, dropping it down to the center of the earth as many times as you need to for it to reach the center and to feel strong. Keeping that center, start to take some cat and cows. And again, if you're standing up, you can bring your hands to your hips. Start to inhale, open through the chest of your seated hands onto the thighs. And then exhale, round, drop your chin to your chest. And keep going. Inhale. And exhale. Keep moving with breath. Allow the breath to roll. Continuous cycle of breath, slowing it down. Inhale into exhale. Taking the pauses out, rolling through these cat and cows. Start to take these into a circle to the left. Inhale, roll it forward, send your hips and ribs to the left, send it back, and roll it around to the right. Go ahead and keep going to the left, and you can go as big or small as you need to. And if you're standing, this can be done by bringing the knees wide and the hands to the thighs, and then rolling around this way. I'm doing kind of a half standing, half seated, which is kind of nice. You can get it bigger, wilder, freer with your circles to the left. I find my breath wanting to make a little noise, and that's okay too. And then pause and notice how you still feel the spinning, the churning, the wateriness of these movements. And then take them to the right. You can start small at first. Get really big with the movements, keeping the legs together or standing up. Keep the breath flowing, continuous cycle, circular breath. And let those circles come to an end, stay in center. Moving into our fire. And I'll demo this one first, standing up. So I'm going to move my chair to the side, because this one is worth it to stand up and to get lots of movement. So you take your legs wide, and you can interlace your hands, all except for these pointer fingers. And the hips are low. And this one you get to make a little noise, or maybe a lot of noise, depending on how you're feeling. So you're going to start with your arms up and stand up, and then ha, like a wood chopper. Making lots of noise, driving the energy down. So again, it's standing up and hiking it down. And what this looks like seated is I scoot to the edge of my chair, bring my legs wide, and I can reach way up and maybe be aware of what kind of hardware you have in the chair, and you don't want to hurt the fingers as you're slamming them. I would recommend doing this at least 8 times. Yeah. So I've done 3 or 4. I'd say 4, I'll do 4 more. And again, this is where you can pause the video for a moment and really take your time and get loud with this. Got 4 more. Ha. 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 Everyone come to a seat. You can stay in a chair if you would like, or to the floor. Pull this down just a little bit. You can crisscross your legs. Keep the sitting bones down. Reach both arms up to the sky and twist to your left. Right hand to the thigh. If you're seated, you can use the arms in the chair or the side of the chair. But keep the sitting bones square and twist from your belly. If you would like to, you can picture a little fire burning bright. This fire can be about the size and shape of an almond, or maybe it's bigger. Maybe your fire is already strong. Untwist, retwist to the right. Keep the sitting bones grounded, twist from center. Back to center. Moving into our heart space. Start with placing both hands on the heart. Maybe they interlace a little like a butterfly. Start to breathe so big into the heart space. Feel that you can expand the breath in the heart 360 degrees, infinitely in all directions. And research shows that our hearts are the biggest conductor of electrical and magnetic activity. And our heart fields radiate at least 5 to 6 feet beyond our bodies. Well, that's as far as the instruments can measure, so that's our best guess. So it's probably a little further. So during this time of solidarity, of chosen isolation, we can still be connected to each other from afar. So start to picture that heart field extending at least 5 to 6 feet out beyond where you are now. And the breath is cleansing this space. Inhale, expanding out even beyond what we thought was capable before. And exhale, pulling everything back to center. We can start to do that with our hands. So inhale, expanding out, lifting the heart, drop the head back. And exhale, curl everything into a little hug. Do that again. Inhale, expand. Exhale, curl it in, switch the cross in the arms. And just keep going, getting bigger, more expansive. Just 2 more. One more, biggest opening. And hug. And just a little extra awakening. Give your heart a little tapping if you want to beat your chest because you've got a little more to release, you can. And then give it a little shimmy and shake. Let it all go out the hands and toes. And moving into our throat. So place your hands softly around your throat, not too tight. Start to create an ocean sound of the breath. Little bit of slight constriction in the throat. As if you could fog up a mirror using the breath. Then on the exhale, start to bring in some humming. And as you hum, feel that vibration in the throat muscles, in the vocal cords, in the palms of your hands. If your hums want to turn into another sound, into an om or a vam or a or whatever sound is coming up for you, just make sure you keep your hands on your throat so you can feel that actual physicalness of the vibration. Om, om. If a few different sounds come out, it's okay. Just keep feeling. If you have a particular mantra that you're working with, you can say it now. I am enough. I am whole. I am love. And feel the physical vibration of this declaration. And humming still works. Pull all of this love into the space between the eyebrows, the third eye. And you can either place the hands, or I like giving the heel of my hand, and then I can wrap up to the crown of my head. And it's just really, and I'll take my glasses off actually, it's just really a way to connect the third eye to the top of the head. Keep the breath, keep the mantra Stack the crown of the head over the sitting bones. And bring both hands to the third eye and just give it a little awareness, a little massage. You wanted to give it a little tap awakening, you can. And allow the palms to fall to the thighs and let them fall open. If you prefer to lay down in this moment, you can. You can create a little soft nest for yourself, or you can remain seated with your crown over your sitting bones. Take 3 more of those breaths that we did at the beginning of class. Inhale from your pubic bone up to the crown of your head. Exhale, send the breath from the crown of the head to the sky. Inhale, draw your awareness from the crown of your head to your sitting bones. And exhale, send it down and out to the earth. 2 more. One more full round. Place your attention at the crown of your head. And in this space, maybe in the inner space just above the crown, you picture this little bud. See this flower bud wrapped up tight, protecting itself. During this time of budding, it's growing. Everything's lining up to perfection. Everything's been cleared away, and now it's reorganizing. It's taking this time of darkness to reset. And feel that light from above starts to shine down, and the bud starts to unfurl. And it happens one beautiful petal at a time, and whatever color, shape, and size you picture is perfect. Just notice as one little petal starts to unfurl and receive the light from above. And then the second petal gets the light and starts to unfurl and open up. Observe a third and a fourth and a fifth petal. And slowly, one at a time, 1,000 petals start to open up and receive this light. And you're able to observe this beautiful awakening. Each petal may have a little different shimmer and shine, and it may receive the light a little differently, and it's all good. The petal next to it is just as inspired and has just as much room and space to unfurl because this light is infinite, abundant, present. Continue to watch each petal, this 1,000-petal flower, slowly waking up, welcoming in this light from above. Release any control of the energy or light or forces that are at work, and let them move through you or around you on their own, and you remain in stillness and observation. Maybe you see what's happening, or maybe you don't. Just remain in this open, receptive place. Draw your palms to touch in the center of your chest. Take a big breath in and out. Start to rub your palms quickly together, creating friction between the hands and the fingertips. Getting a little faster, creating and building heat. Eyes are still closed. Friction builds. And when it gets as hot as you can stand it, bring the palms to the eyes and slowly open the eyes into the palms. Bringing in heat to the eyeballs and through the optic nerve. Slide your palms through the heart. Down to the thighs, rubbing the thighs, tapping the toes, re-grounding. You know that you can do these practices as often as you need to, remembering to take care of your whole house, your whole system. Again, I'm Grace Millsap. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Big love.